Alright guys, today I'm going to be cooking barbecue chicken drumsticks on the Weber Kettle. As a bonus, we'll be creating our own barbecue rub that creates a crispy skin, and we'll be making our own homemade barbecue sauce with a secret ingredient that you just can't miss. Today we will be making our own homemade barbecue rub. 1 tablespoon of coarse kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of coarse black pepper, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, and 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. As you can see, I'm doing rough measurements. It doesn't have to be precise. Lastly, we want to make that crispy skin, so make sure you use baking powder and not baking soda. 1 teaspoon. I like to just whisk it together, and that should be it. There we go. The reason we want to pat it dry is to kind of crisp up that skin. If you don't pat it dry, it will leave you with soft, rubbery skin, and we want that bite through skin. Some people like to put olive oil here as a binder prior to putting the rub. I'm just going to put the rub on there. This is 24 hours before the actual cook, so it will hopefully have enough time for the flavor to kind of soak through and penetrate through the meat, and also help dry brine the chicken to keep that moisture throughout the cook, because we will be smoking it. The paprika adds that beautiful color to the chicken too during the cook. Now it's time to make our own homemade barbecue sauce. First, you want to do 2 tablespoons of beef tallow. It's just rough measurements, nothing fancy here. You want it to kind of melt. This is what's hopefully going to elevate the barbecue sauce. Once the beef tallow is melted, you want to do half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and half a teaspoon of paprika. You want to let that cook for a little bit to kind of bring out some of that flavor. Next up is 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Half a cup of ketchup, about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Today I'm using the W sauce. And then 3 tablespoons of grain molasses. Yeah, the molasses add that darkness color to the barbecue sauce. And all that's left is just salt to season, half teaspoon of sea salt, and then about a half teaspoon of coarse ground pepper. And then lastly, you just want to keep simmering it for about 10 to 15 minutes until you get the right texture that you want. Keep reducing it if you want it super thick. If you want it super thin, just add a little bit of water to it. If it's too sweet, you can add a little bit more apple cider vinegar. If it's too tangy, then you can definitely add some more molasses for that sweetness. As you can see, these drumsticks have completely dried up overnight. That salt has done its job, pulling the moisture out and letting the chicken reabsorb it. The dryness of the skin will allow us to have that nice bite through crispy skin that we want out of chicken drumstick. So I'm really excited about this. I think 12 to 24 hours of dry brine with salt is perfect. And so I'm going to be sticking a temperature probe into it so I can monitor the temperature of the Weber kettle and the temperature of the chicken, make sure it's not overdone. And we want to do low and slow for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then do direct heat to kind of caramelize that sauce and create that crispy bite through skin that we want out of chicken drumsticks. So I'm excited. I'm using the Chef IQ temperature probes. I think they're great. They're cheap, they're affordable, and they do the job. As you can see, I have some leftover charcoal here that I'm going to be hopefully reusing. You don't need a whole lot for a chicken drumstick. It's going to be a pretty quick, fast cook, so I think this should be good. Just using my charcoal starter here. All right, I think that's ready. I'm adding the Texas honey mesquite wood chunks to add a little smoke flavor at the beginning of the cook. 1 chunk should be enough. Again, this is not a long cook for a chicken drumstick. Once the wood chunk is lit, it is time to put the chicken in to absorb some of that smoke flavor. place the vent opening over the chicken so the smoke will have to travel through the chicken and absorb some of that smoke flavor. I like to cook with the vents wide open, allowing enough oxygen for that wood to continue to stay lit. So wide open at the top, wide open at the bottom, and then adjust it as we go based on the temperature. All right, the chicken has been in there for about 2-3 minutes, and the temperature inside the Weber kettle is quickly rising. It's already reading about an ambient temperature of 248 and then 211 on the different probes. I put it strategically on different places of the kettle, and so I can monitor the temperature of the whole kettle. And so I'm gonna go ahead and close the vents about halfway from the top. As you can see, there's still plenty of smoke coming out of it, so that wood is still pretty well lit, which is great. You don't want dirty smoke, you want that clean, nice, thin blue smoke. Yeah, actually I'm gonna close the vents at the bottom as well from, I think it's still rapidly rising. Ambient temperature is now at 275. I want it to sit from 275 to 325 degrees in the first 45 minutes of the cook, so I'm gonna go ahead and close the bottom vent as well halfway through. So halfway open on the top vent, halfway open on the bottom vent. We're about 20 minutes into the cook now. The smoke is completely gone. Again, I only wanted it for that first 15 minutes so that wood chunk did its job. And so the temperature has kind of stabilized around 283 on one probe and 315 on one probe. That's perfect. The internal temperature of those drumsticks has risen pretty significantly, 117 to 120. We want the final temperature of the chicken drumsticks to be around 185 degrees. This is dark meat, so it has a lot more connective tissue. So we want it to be a little bit higher than the FDA recommendation of 165 degrees for poultry or chicken in this case. And so yeah, 185 degrees is going to be great. I'm going to go ahead and get that barbecue sauce ready. We're going to be applying it pretty soon so it can kind of tack up before we put it onto the direct heat. All right, we are now about 40 minutes into the cook. I've kept it in the same settings the whole time. So halfway open on the top, halfway open on the bottom. The internal temperature of the chicken is around 161 to 169. I think it's ready to sear to get that crispy skin before we put on the glaze. The ambient temperature is around 312 degrees, which is perfect. I'm actually going to open up the vents now because I want that grill to be super hot for the searing portion of the cook. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Oh man. Once your chicken hits 165 degrees internally, it is time to sear that chicken. Oh, look at that juice coming right out. You want to be pretty quick with this or it'll get burnt. It's the beauty of that 2-zone cook. You can always take it off the heat. All right, got a good sear on them. Now it's time to apply the glaze. The internal temperature is around 170. Again, we want to finish around 185. You want a thin, light coat on it. Don't want it to be super messy. And then I'm gonna flip it to the other side. We're gonna cook it on that indirect side, allow that sauce to kind of tack up. All right, it's been about 5 minutes since I put the sauce on the chicken. Here's how it looks now. I think it's about ready to be pulled off. I want to get that last sear with the sauce on there. It's kind of risky to put the wet sauce over direct heat. Main reason being is that there's a lot of sugar content in the sauce. And so we're gonna just do flash heat on there for a maximum of like 5 to 10 seconds on each side. It's time to pull them off. I like to close the vents on the Weber kettle to see some of that charcoal. I think they look great. It's been sitting out for about 5 to 10 minutes now to kind of let it reabsorb its juices. And now it's time for the taste test. So I'm pretty excited. I want some of that crispy skin, hopefully. Man, you guys have to try this. If you like this content, like it, subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys next time.